Well, okay, back to needle skips. I called it the drop the needle before. Called it thread the needle too. Anyway, the we just finished read the quest. Um, Needle lets me glimpse memories from the past. I should search for keywords by the house, try to ravel the mystery. A temporal portal has appeared by the hill by Megan's house. I feel oddly drawn to it. Last time, like we finished this, the needle, the world. A word can change the world. Chapter 1. Basically, we learned from it that, like I didn't actually do that good with finding all the words. But basically, Megan and her husband, Josh, moved to this little house because he's a wizard and he was, and he filled it full of books, and they had a daughter named Primrose, and he took off, and so Megan was raising Primrose, and Primrose got sick, and she decided to sell Josh's books to the wizards in the Wizard's Tower, which, fucking hell, why are you going all the way there? Like, there is, Wizard's Tower is all the way over here. She says she was doing that trip weekly. It's like, fuck's sakes, why are you going all that way there? Like, like considering, the fishing calling was already set up. And then there's, the gnome, which probably wouldn't have helped her. There's Artie, which kind of, I can see not wanting to go there. Sears Village is fine. Taverley. And she says she was even getting medication from a doctor in Varrock. So it's like, you could have, brought your daughter to this more populated area. She says that she was going to quit it all and get a job at the Wizard's Tower eventually. But it's like, fuck's sakes. Like, seriously. This is farther walking. Like, this would take me... Especially, she says she has a horse. And she has a cart. But, like, you see the roads, like we got here. You'd have to go around Falador, up here, Taverley. Then you have to go through the White Wolf Mountain. That's the whole thing with members. That was, the big thing. You got members, you went through White Wolf Mountain, and then you got to the other side with the members areas. Like, I know technically it's, here. But, yes. Then you have to go through White Wolf Mountain with a cart full of books and a horse, and all the way here through, she'd either have to go through Ardenay and, or go up, through around Baxtorian Falls, or go through, like, this wilderness area, past the Tree Gnome Stronghold, past Eagle's Peak, keep going, There's no roads here, all the way up to, like, we got this big pile of ass books. Like, how is she even getting this? Like, she says she burnt them all, but when she came back, she got mad and burnt books. But, like, look at the stack. Like, is she traveling with, like, these, with just the horse? She mentioned horse. I don't expect to see the horse. Okay, let's put it this way. RuneScape has very few mentions of horses. It's like horses barely exist. there's the little horsey you can get from the Ango. And there's mention here, but there's like barely any mention of horses. So they had a horse. Even though she mentions having like pack, like she mentions knowing of pack yaks, there's Trayborn being all cute. So yeah, she makes this trip. Her daughter got sick. To sell books at the Wizard's Tower. So her husband and her moved there. Her husband and her had a kid. Her husband fucked off into the ether. She sold the books, his wizard books. She was selling them in order to get food and medication, but it's like, that seems a much worse trek than, you know, it needs to be. But yeah, I'll go back to the needle. Pretty sure was going the right way when I first clicked it. Oh, it's up this route. This little rocky path over the river. Yeah. Time portals open up. But anyway, so they were raising the daughter, he fucked off. Her daughter got sick. She started selling the books and stuff for medication. Had a doctor there. Paid to have a doctor visit. The doctor said she only has about a year to live. There was this woman being, can't remember what her race is. Or I think one of the Slayer Masters is similar. It was hanging around. They thought her husband kept trying to scare her away, but after her husband left, she decided to help out with the kid. While this woman made this fucking ridiculous suspense of disbelief trek every week. And then what happened was, one time she was away, and the girl got killed by a sea troll, which the Piscatorius fishing colony that's the quest, the Swan Song and whatnot, is dealing with the trolls that have taken over, because the guy that built the fishing colony built it because it's full of it's right by like a place known for monkfish, and then he didn't realize it was full of trolls too, sea trolls. So a troll came and murdered her daughter. And what happened was, Gale, this woman, told her the needle, which is an elder artifact. I have a feeling it was mentioned before this, but I don't remember anything. Is, like a time thread thing, like that's what it is, it's full of threads of time it deals with. She created, like, a way to go, like a time bubble that puts it back 30 days, in the past. So, the woman, could live with her daughter, go back in the past 30 days, and try to prevent, this from happening. But the wizard, her husband that took off, had an apprentice, and he was like, one of these books I'll, like, pay a horrible amount of money for. And she also got... So she took it from her daughter, and on the way she found, like, a note or something, or a poem or something she had written in it, and got so fucking mad at the daughter that she came back and burnt all the books and got set on fire, and that's why her last image in that is scarred up. And then she went back to Gale, and Gale was like, well, we can do another loop back 30 days. So that's what the last thing was before at the end of the chapter. And now this portal has opened. Visit Chapter 2 of the Needle Skips. Congratulations, you completed Chapter 1. Like not to continue Chapter 2, stay in Chapter 1. Chapter 2 of the Needle Skips. The needle in your hand heats up for a few seconds, sprinkles, and then goes dormant. Sparkles and then goes dormant again. I feel like I'm collecting bed sores. Note to self, jiggle around a bit more. Where is the audio? This quest...
I feel like I'm collecting bed sores. Note to self, jiggle around a bit more.
I was gonna say, this quest, part of the quest, the music was all recorded live during emotional beats. Like, we got one that started singing, like one of the story things, you know, a vocalist was added to it. And it's all supposed to be voiced. But I've been having some where it doesn't load right away, and then I'll start reading, and then it starts loading.
Anyway, something odd, really odd, happened today. Mum brought me breakfast with a scar on her face. Long and wiggly, like a snake or a Gothic symbol. And it looks healed. Like it's been there for, I don't know how long. What's up with that?
Oh, fuck. Okay. Yeah, she got scarred up, and she went in the past. It must not have changed her, like her, when she went back to the past.
Did she think I wouldn't notice? But, you know, we did what we always did. I didn't say anything in case she got angry again. And she treated me like I was 5.
Yeah, she has a really bad temper. We have locked new music track, The Needle. Salmon Primrose. She seems unhappy.
I feel like I'm collecting bed sores. Note to self, jiggle around a bit. Anyway, something odd, really odd. Long and wiggly, like a snake. Did she think I wouldn't notice? I didn't say anything in...
Okay. Search for keywords. Find keywords to unlock memory fragments. Select unlock memory to view its keywords or replay the memory. Okay. So we'll go with jiggle first. No. Bid. Discovered a fragment of a memory.
I've never really had a problem with being bored. I read, I write, and there's always my friends. My friends were a gift from my dad. A little apology before the utter scumbag ran away. When I read a book, the character pops into existence, but no one else can see them.
Ah. Yeah, the mother thinks they're imaginary. Like, why didn't the husband share that with her, or, you know, why didn't the daughter, like, explain? But then again, she probably wouldn't have fucking listened anyway. At least she agrees he's a scumbag. Nick! Stop that! He just came out and ran out the back of the chair, but he didn't start chewing on the chair. But he's got that sore in his mouth, so I kind of don't want to do that. I gotta call the vet. That's why I'm not playing this quest too, because I gotta call the vets, see if I can get him in on sooner than later in the week. He's got that really irritated.
Some of them I don't care much for. I've learned to keep them locked in their books. But Thok and the others, I couldn't be without them.
Okay, we got Thok. This is called, Imaginary friends. Okay. We have, we're going to talk about the scar first.
She mentioned it. I didn't even bring it up. She said the scar was from a wizard at the wizard's tower. An accident, and she didn't feel safe going back. From now on, she's staying at home.
It's a big old bag of lies. It stinks. No one ever, not once did she ever look me in the eye. Gosh, she's such an awful...
old bag of lies. It stinks. Not once did she look me in the eye. Ah! Well, she's such an awful liar.
Oh!
It crossed my mind that the scar was just an excuse to stop going to the tower. Did she know about Sloop? Was this all to stop us talking to each other through the books? Oh, Sloop, what am I going to do now?
So she was trying to, was she dating him? Like, were they having, involvement? Because they were around the same age. It was mentioned before that they're about the same age. But Sloop sounds like a like, you know, that song, you know, like, I don't want no, oh, what was his name? It's like, you know, it's like, I don't want no, he's just the guy who's trying to, you know, sounds like a, like, not a good person to be with, especially when he's a wizard, you know. I wonder her mother doesn't like him. We'll put Thok. Anubis has appeared in Primrose's room.
Thok was one of my favorites. He knew it, of course, and would wander around the house beating his chest, calling himself Primrose's champion. He was going to protect me from everything, and everything was a potential threat. A twitch in a curtain was a ghost. A slammed door was a demon. I tried to tell him that demons had better things to do than playing with doors, but he'd look at me slyly and say, "That's what they want us to think."
I'm gonna take a screenshot of this because it's like Barbados. In Obey Me, there's a character named Barbados, and he has the ability to open portals through doors. I can create portals to other locations and time by using a door. Dotso can see into the past and future.
I was so much happier having him around. And not just because of the threat of door demons. Hannibus was the first of my friends to appear from the books.
Oh. I went to try to change the camera angle. Okay, fuck. No. No? guess I can't read it. Watch it again. Hannibus was the first of my friends to appear from the books. Scared the anima right out of me. One minute I was reading, the next there was a lizard man leaning over to get a better look at the book. I screamed, of course. Mom came in and told me it was a fever, that I was seeing things. Piff. Even I couldn't make up a 5-foot lizard reading books about himself. I wished Megan could see them. Baba, Thok, Gilly, Hannibus. Perhaps they would have made her happy, just as much as they made me. Yeah, maybe she wouldn't be such, you know, a prune. We got... I'm guessing this is Thok. Emmerich Warrior. Thok knows something.
Thok knows something wrong. Thok has Thok's sense. A tickle in Thok's beard when something is wrong. Thok beard is extra tickly. Mum is a shade. Yep, like ones from my stories in Demonheim. Thok is sure of it.
So it's voiced by the Primrose actress. I wonder if the same person has voiced all the characters so far.
Jilly knows. Thok has never seen a clown lie.
Ancient Dragon Rider.
We're your friends, Queen Primrose. Your army. Thok is your shield, and I am your lance.
A whole
Jilly
entering
is
party
your
here.
jester, and Baba your advisor. Should you need us, we're yours to command.
So it's like, should you need us? From the labyrinth, you know. Yeah, should you need us? We got Gilly. Fragment of a memory.
Jilly Willikers had a series of books, but I only ever kept one. It was Jilly Willikers and the Time Key, the first one. I liked Jilly. He never treated my illness seriously. He'd walk around with wobbly arms and legs pretending to be me. I needed that. But Jilly had become serious. It was only after pushing him that I found out why. He knew something, and my other friends had to push him to tell me. He said that he had found a diary, my mum's diary, in her cloak and had opened it, hoping to find a new friend for me to play with.
So they can interact with stuff. Like, physically. Discovered a fragment of a memory.
Baba came hopping into my room. Always made me laugh. She doesn't walk, more bounces. But I could see from her expression that something wasn't right. She lost her footing and tumbled into my sideboard, knocking over a medicine bottle. She told me that Jilly had found something, and that I should come right away.
Got Baba. That should make Baba appear. My mom used to read to me, and then she decided it was too much of her time to read to me. So she stopped doing it. I'm getting vibes off this, you know, her mom. There's a story in one of the books. It's the only one my mom liked to read to me. You gonna talk the voice line? I'll give you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
It's about a giant, Dubbo, who keeps a flock of sheep. He loves those sheep, force feeds them hay, throws them from hand to hand to make sure they wake up, taps them on the head with his club to make sure they go to sleep.
That sounds abusive. Baba's not visible by Primrose's Rune.
Each day, one runs away. He can't understand why. He treats them so well. So, he eats that runaway sheep. In one go, pop! To send a message to the others.
By then they're probably hoping, you know, it's going to be a quick end.
But they keep running away. And he keeps eating them. Pop, pop, pop. Eventually, only one remains.
So one of her friends is a traumatized sheep that her mother actually likes to read to her about.
That sheep, Baba, puts up with the feeding, the throwing, the taps on the head, does nothing. And Dubbo sits down in front of that sheep.
Yeah, one of my friends is named W, like his username.
What's wrong with you, little runt? The giant asks. But Baba won't answer, and won't run away. Why won't you run away? Said Dubbo. He didn't know it, but he wanted the sheep to run away. So he goes out, gets into a fight with another giant, and gets eaten himself. It's an odd story. Still, I like having Baba around the house as one of my friends. She visits and we chat. She's a real gossip, you know.
We're gonna look up Dubbo in a moment. We're just Baba the sheep. We should talk to Gilly actually first.
She's bad, Prim. A wolf in sheep's clothing. Jilly saw her. Tell her, Jilly. Jilly knows that Mum's pulling the wool over your eyes.
That's Mr. G. Willikers to you.
Prim, don't make me say. It's not a fun thing, not something that'll make you laugh, Primmy. Your mum has a diary. I thought it would be fun to see if there was a friend in the diary. Someone to cheer you up.
But there wasn't a friend, Primmy. Not a friend at all.
Okay, we got diary, and we got... I'm gonna look up Mom first. Did that not register? Oh, I forgot Megan. It has to be capitalized. Okay, it's not a new word then. It's just yeah, Devo though. Okay. I'll look up Devo first. Probably not. It's probably just in Baba. Yeah. I don't know why I'm capitalizing that. Diary.
I took a dose of strength potion and, completely inelegantly, made my way to Mum's bedside table, just as Jilly had told me.
Oh man, if that's what her medication is, it's just strength potions, they're really ripping her off. Hey, word, make her travel all that way.
I couldn't quite understand what I was reading. On each day of the diary, there were multiple entries written in tiny text and boxed off from each other. I looked for yesterday's date. Again, there were multiple entries for one day. One was familiar. It talked about the pie she had made and noted that she thought I looked healthier, having eaten it. But I didn't recognize the other entries for yesterday. They were events I didn't recognize, an argument we never had, a visit to the Wizard's Tower, a burning of the pie. Then I looked at tomorrow's entry, the 30th. The book was completely blank after that date.
So she didn't find the diary in between, like, with what might happen in the future or anything. She found it on the day she's supposed to die.
And every entry on the 30th, of which there were many, was the same. The return. The return. The return. The return. The return.
Look up return. Gale has appeared by the needle.
It was the 30th. The day of the return. Whatever in all Gillinor that was. I resolved to follow Mum on her nightly trip out of the house. Hannibus gave me his lance, Thok his shield. I knew they would both disappear as soon as I left the house, but I thanked them anyway.
Oh, they're only tangible in the house.
The door closed as my mum left. I pulled a dark cloak over my shoulders, took a swig for strength, and then stepped out into the darkness. Mum had a small firebrand, which made her easy to follow, but I had no such luxury. I was locked to darkness. Every sound I made, I feared she would turn around. But she only had eyes for the hilltop. We passed something like a grave, but I had no time to dilly-dally. Mum was many steps ahead of me. I could feel the strength in me already sapping.
Okay, we got grave.
Mum reached the top, and I had pined a berry bush on the edge of the clearing. A tall, blue woman called Gale was waiting for my mother. They talked, and I could only make out fragments. And then Gale danced, without music.
Danced is probably another one. Okay, we'll go danced. It might just have been Gale.
She was mesmerizing. Gale glowed as she danced, and a thread span from her, flicking high into the air before resting in place, as if she was drawing the constellations. Then, thread upon thread layered onto each other, until a woven dome formed over the top of them, and me. As she danced around, I thought she caught my eye. I hid my own eyes and skulked further behind the berry bush. But she danced on. Lights flashed, centering on the needle, and then all was calm. Mum walked towards Gale, who looked exhausted, and laid a hand on her head. Gale said something to my mum. Something about doubt. About me doubting her, perhaps. Gale flashed me a look. Whatever happened was coming to an end, and there was no time to linger. I shuffled away from the hilltop and caught a foot on a root, stumbling down to where the grave was before.
Yeah. Is Gale a one? Yeah. Ooh, I don't like the sound of that.
She was so beautiful. It was breathtaking. I mean, she was scary too. She was about twice as big as me, even without me being hunched, and had 100 times the strength and 1,000,000 times the magic. I desperately wanted to meet her and get to know her. I felt it in my belly, right next to my sickness.
Oh, God, what's wrong with her? Yeah, in the original timeline, she knows Gale. Gale looks after her a lot. Well, grave, I guess, no.
As I rolled down the hill, desperate to get away, I came to rest where the grave was earlier. But it had gone. There was nothing here. Impossible. I clawed at the soil, thought better of myself, and then stumbled back towards the house. I remembered Gale's look, the one she gave me on the hilltop. It felt like she knew me.
I wonder how many times she had followed her mother out. I'm not going to try anymore. I have some ideas. But I'm going to look around a bit more. Does Primrose have anything else
I feel
to say?
like I'm collecting bed sores. Anyway, something odd, really odd. Long and wiggly, like a snake or a Gothic symbol. Did she think I wouldn't notice? I didn't say anything in case.
Gothic's one. I love Gothics. Okay, nothing new. Yeah, I know Trayborn. Trayborn is what I spent like the majority of my remaining oddments on. It was like a special hidden, like you had to do a code at Diango's to get it around the time they did the Guthix Memorial and like Guthix Death. And I didn't get it. So, it's just kind of funny. I'm doing this with, you know, a representation of one of Guthix's most beautiful memories. Oh, the clock. I forgot about the clock. Does Megan have anything
I'm
to
not
say?
ready to let her go, Gale. You've been a dear friend for so long, but I need this. We need this.
Doesn't look like Gothic symbol very much to me. It looks more of just like one scar. It's like her eyes damaged and everything.
Give me another 30 days. I beg you.
Probably 30's another one. The clock sounds louder too. Salmon grandfather clock. Anti-clock. Anyway, I want to go see Gale on the needle. Can't examine the cart anymore either. I didn't look for that grave. I don't know if it is up here or not yet. Gail doesn't look as good as she did before. She looks tired.
The end is the beginning, Megan. I will give you another return, but you have to prepare yourself. The Anima, she won't let you do this forever. Events will conspire, and you will not be able to follow this path continuously.
Yeah, it seems like they might, you know, take her out.
You may not see it in Primrose, but I see your daughter. She is doubt, and doubt blossoms faster than any disease.
Oh, I wonder if Doubt's one too.
Time can do nothing to halt that.
Stands firm, immovable, at a fixed point in time. You feel it urges you to seek answers to what has gone on below. Doubt. Sometimes it doesn't always register, but I don't know if it's just because I'm on tablet. The mobile UI. This was made long before that.
I returned to the house, flinging the cloak under my bed. My legs trembled with the night's effort. My friends asked where I had been, as if they didn't know. Thok, Hannibus, Barbar, Jilly. They all talked as if nothing had happened.
Oh, so where she was there and witnessed her memory didn't get reset this time.
Then Mum walked in, her silhouette filling and darkening the room. My friends retreated to their books, as if Mum could see them. Mum leaned over me, kissed my cheek and whispered, "Happy birthday, little Primrose," before turning to leave. I reached below my bed for my cloak and searched in the pockets for the diary. I flicked to my birthday, and there it was.
Okay, we're not gonna... That's something else. Diaries appeared underneath Primrose's bed. Oh, I'm so not used to the UI that I have to, you know... I can't, you know, turn the camera angle. I have to, you know, do it from clicking on the screen. What time is it? Okay, we've got 15 minutes for the vets. I think that's when they open at 7. Looks like a diary.
On the day...
Oh.
On the day before my birthday, there was only one entry. But on the day of my birthday, there were multiple. I read each entry on my birthday. There were several in tiny handwriting. She looks so much healthier. Every time I travel back, I forget how much healthier she looks. How can I give up seeing her this well? Traveling back? What have you done, Mum?
Little shard shutters and a portal on time opens up the hill by the needle. Enter the portal to start the next chapter. Okay. So we've already got the next chapter, so we'll...
On the day before my birthday, there was only one entry. but on the day of my birthday there were multiple.
Okay.
She looks so much healthier traveling back.
Can we do the pie? She mentioned a potion a lot.
Doing anything for more than a few minutes is the ultimate pain in the backside. My lungs burn. My knees go to jelly. I just fall over and want to go to sleep. Mum used to get medicines. It took all of our money to do it, but I wasn't going to convince her to stop. Megan's the only one who changes Megan's mind. The medicines would let me leave the bed, for a few days at least. And it would bring a smile to my mum, which was, you know, something. Then I'd be back to bed, like a brick fell on me. I had the idea of stealing some of the medicine for myself, you know, when Mum wasn't there. But she rationed it so carefully.
Oh yeah, she's spending so much money on it.
And we can't afford it now anyway. Not now Mum's given up the job at the Wizard's Tower. Huh. I wonder if I could make a simple strength potion. Just your average homemade strength potion. Would that work?
Hi, Neptune. Neptune just came running out. Potion. Did I already do that? I think I already did that. Sick. Books. Dad. I didn't look up. I looked at Mom. I didn't look at Dad.
Sloop was the one who brought the news to us.
Oh yeah, I forgot
Dad
to
had
look
run
at
away from the Wizard's Tower. Something about plagiarism. He was due to go on trial that week, but he'd run from it.
Oh. Yeah, he's even more of a scumbag than we thought. He had magical
Dad was
powers.
always a reader. Never one to come up with ideas himself. I guess he just stole ideas from one of his old tomes.
Yeah, like he has magic powers because he gave her that gift, but...
So, he left us to fend for ourselves. Left me with Mum. Just as I became ill.
That's probably why he plagiarized, was to get, you know, try to get funding.
The worst part was Sloop. Without Dad, there was no reason for Sloop to be at the house anymore. Why would Dad's apprentice visit when Dad wasn't there? Mum wouldn't let him in. My love. My Sloop. So, he got work at the Wizard's Tower and passed notes in the books that Mum sold to him. But even that's gone now.
Oh, so he wasn't doing magic, he was just passing notes.
I know that Sloop won't give up on me. I know he will come for me.
I doubt it. Look up Sloop. No. It's already there. We do Wizard. Wizards. We got friends. I already did that for the last one. No. Love. Boyfriend, maybe? No. Still in, Sloop. Notes. Rescue, maybe? No. Needle. Magic. Cloak. Okay, did you?
Hannibus was the first to call her the Shade, the name that my friends use, even though I tell them not to. She would leave most evenings, up to the hilltop, and Hannibus would watch for as long as he could, before he reached the limit of his magic. Always, she would be in the same cloak. Always, she would head up the hill. The cloak would make her look like a shade. And each day, she would grow more hunched.
I thought you were it meant her cloak, because she hid under her bed. Shade at work, they've used it a few times. No, it's down here with cloak. We got 1, 2, 3. This one only has 1. This one had birthday. Doubt birthday. Oh. 30. I was gonna look up 30. Months. Think words. I don't think they have anything new to say, do they? Probably not now that I've found like the other stuff. Like I found the way to continue on, but I want to get all these. Live one.
I began writing down the lies that Mum was telling me. Every day there was a new one. 1. The scar had come from an accident at the Wizard's Tower. 2. That she would invite Sloop to the house when she next saw him. 3. that we had plenty of money. 4, that there was no need for medicine anymore. My friends believe that she's not Mum anymore. They call her the Shade.
Okay, we got 2 more. This one only has 1. There we go. Picture. Ghost. It's that one still.
Prim, don't make me say. It's not a your Mum has a...
Oh, Cannabis. Cannabis. No. Back in the Friends. This looks like a thing. Oh.
There was one story I never read. It was about a demon. A hateful thing.
Seems like it's getting another added layer on. We got the, you know, the time loop, the daughter's sick, and we got fucking sea trolls, and now we got demons. This demon would thrive on the misery of others, but not by consuming the evil or anything like that.
This demon would thrive on the misery of others, but not by consuming that evil or anything like that. She was miserable herself, and she would bring others into her own misery so that she could share it. She would bask in that shared misery.
So like Megan.
But to know her was to defeat her. To say her name was to stab her through the heart. Her name was Meetum. I made the mistake of reading the book once, bringing her to life. But I said her name aloud,
Okay.
and she was gone.
Meetum. I have a feeling this is the last one. The yellow glow is recognized name, but is now not the time to utter it. Well, Primrose just uttered it, so we should, you know, remove it. Okay. We have got chapter 2 now. It lets me glimpse the memories past. Search for keywords in the host to try to unravel the mystery. Temple portal has appeared on the hill by Megan's host. I feel oddly drawn to it. Okay. So I'm going to stop now, and then I'll start chapter 3. Because we've unlocked that. We unlocked that really early in this. But I wanted to see all the story. Nothing appeared with that, did it? Oh. Some medicine. Okay, we'll look at that first. Medicine. Stars appeared underneath from us. Maybe we've already seen that. We've already seen Gale. We've seen her friends. Problem is the... Okay, medicine.
Sipping the potion, I could follow her. It wouldn't keep me going for long, but I could tail her as long as she didn't go far. I felt genuinely excited. I was an adventurer.
Let's see if I can try stop recording on so see if I can show you what strength potion is. No, it's one of the early ones. Yeah, strength potion. It is level 7. It's Taromin and Limpwort root. So yeah. Get back to chapter 2.